like-for-like growth that they call it is expected to be flat this time around. Let's see what they actually deliver, because that will hold the key, as well as the expansion plans going forward, as well as the update on account of the acquisition that they were looking to do. The international expansion that they have been talking about will be important to track. But let's take it across to Dipan Mehta, who's also joining us on the show to talk to us about some of these earnings. Dipan, from the pharma sector, there has been quite a few beats coming in. In fact, I think that's the only sector where we can say there is a secular uptrend. Max Healthcare today was also decent. Sun Pharma was good. Even Dr. Reddy's Cipla, they've all been decent numbers. Incrementally, how should investors view this sector?
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on your show. Yes, I think, last 2, 3 quarters, pharma has really turned out to be a big growth engine for the markets. And call it base effect, call it lower competition in the US generics market, and better trends in the domestic market. All of these have led to pharma companies reporting good earnings. And then 2, 3, I think, key drugs like Revlimid and a few others have done very well. They had a lot of pharma companies had exclusivity in terms of sales as well over there. So a confluence of factors are leading to better performance from the pharma companies. And with raw material prices also cooling off, we are seeing expansion of their operating profit margins. And I would say that in a market like this, where investors should tilt towards safety, pharma and healthcare are good sectors to be largely overweight in.
But Jubilant's numbers look like unenthusing.
Yeah, that's right. It's been the case for now 2, 3 quarters or so, and we thought the World Cup and the festive season would make a difference, but that's not happened. And in fact, I read an article about fatigue around eating pizzas, and it was really negative on Jubilant Foodworks. And as a disclosure, we are invested in it, but the numbers are just not coming through. But I've seen Jubilant Foodworks in this kind of a sort of a slow growth to stagnant for 2, 3 years, and then suddenly the growth rates start to pick up and go into that 10, 12% same store sales growth. So I think the long-term secular fundamentals are good, and there's certainly a good demand in terms of rising spends on QSR and changing habits when it comes to food, changing tastes, and all of these things go in favor of Jubilant Foodworks. Valuations also, I think, have come off from the peaks which they were in terms of earnings multiple. And I would say that this particular slow growth is transient. So I would like to remain invested from our point of view. Maybe not add fresh positions, but remain invested. So it's a bit of a hold over there.
Dipan, of course, tomorrow is the interim budget. We keep on saying it's a vote on account, so don't expect much. But there are always these list of expectations, right? If I had to ask you one theme that you're watching out for, whether let's say construction or railways, defense, or any other, what comes top of mind?
See, I think so far also the numbers which have come through from EPC players, capital goods companies have been pretty impressive. And the next 5-year term, if and when BJP comes to power, will be all the focus will be on infrastructure. That's their big ticket and big thinking on the part of the government. So I think that if you want to play the budget, you want to play a trading rally next for 2024 or beyond, then I'd go with the engineering construction companies. Like Larsen Tober, I thought very good set of numbers, although the stock has declined. But many such other companies, like IT Cementation, another company comes to mind. Disclosure Vienna clients are invest. And then there are the whole PSU stocks, defense, engineering companies like BHEL, BML. I think all of them should do exceedingly well because the capex cycle also has picked up, and the government themselves are spending a lot on capital expenditure. A lot of the business is going to the PSUs themselves. So from that point of view, I think the budget, if it has a higher than expected allocation for capital goods and for capital expenditure, then certainly it would provide an additional boost to these companies.
Point taken. On that note, Dipan, we let you go. Appreciate you joining us, and we hope to connect with you post-budget as well to see whether that really turns out to be true or not.